Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shadow Realm Sports Podcast, your number one podcast for everything Miami Heat and NBA. My name is Drew. I am part of the Shadow League's Record Collective. I'm an artist. I make music. I've been making music for a while, but I've been a sports fan longer than I've been a musician. This is something that I've been passionate about since I was about 7 years old. I've played baseball, basketball, soccer. I've watched all sorts of different sports. I actually just came from the Panthers game. So shout out to the Panthers. I don't even know hockey that much, but, maybe one day this will become a hockey podcast as well. For right now, everything NBA, so we're going to get right into it. First game of the night, Memphis versus the Timberwolves, ended up at 104-95. Memphis came with the same plan that the LA Clippers had for Karl Anthony Towns, just taking him out of the game completely. Just attacked him from the very beginning, kept him in foul trouble, forced him out of the game, honestly. He ended up with 8 points and 5 rebounds, which is totally not like Cat, the generational talent, but seems to go cold in the playoffs. But it was just a good game plan, from the Memphis Grizzlies. So for that, we give Cat the mystery box. Where the hell was this game? Mystery. For the rest of the game, looks like Josh struggled for the first 3 quarters, but that's the thing about this Memphis team. They are legit, man. I think they're legit. They got Desmond Bane, a real threat anytime Ja is off his game, which is very rare. So on an off night like tonight, the rest of the team just picks him up. They've been doing it all season long. They're something like 28-2 when he doesn't play, and they just continue to show why they're a number 2 seed in the West tonight. D'Lo, to me, is always the X factor for the Wolves. Whenever he gets a good game going, whenever he goes off for 25, it really changes the outcome of the game. They really needed that from him today. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get that. But this Memphis team, man, they're young, but they are hungry. I don't think they're going to go deep in the playoffs this year. I could be wrong. But I think if you had a veteran, someone like Andre, who was in the team, who didn't want to be on the team, I think he should have stuck around instead of going back to Golden State. But if you get a veteran, I think this Memphis team can eventually be a champion in this league. Moving on to the 9 o'clock game was the Mavericks versus the Jazz. And honestly, man, I think Donovan Mitchell is out. He's just been wearing the backpack for them for too long. They don't have anybody else, no other weapon that they can go to. They always hover around the number 1, 2 seed for the past few years. But when it gets to the playoffs, they just, I don't know, man, they just disappear. Rudy Gobert, who's supposed to be the defensive player of the year, can't defend outside the paint. He was just getting dominated tonight. I'm not saying that it's a trend. Obviously, I'm still a little bit salty that Bam didn't even end up top 3 for defensive player of the year consideration. You got this guy out here, can't even guard outside the paint, and is getting dominated. It's just... So why did Bam not get top 3 for Defensive Player of the Year when he could clearly guard 1 through 5? Where was Rudy Gobert's defense tonight? Mystery. So, in Luka's absence, he's out with the calf strain, hasn't played this series. A lot of people had to step up. This dude Brunson, man, he could ball. He dropped 40 the other night, dropped 31 tonight, and they're having everybody else step up, man. 7 players in double digits. That's what you do when your superstar is out. That's what you got to do as a team. Step up, next man up, and that's what they did tonight. Like I said, for Donovan Mitchell, there's only so much he could do, man. He poured in 32. Like I said, Rudy Gobert was missing, and honestly, I think he's gone, man. He's been linked to the Heat every single year for the past few years. Maybe we get him in, maybe we don't. Will Donovan Mitchell end up in a new team next year? That remains a mystery. And now my favorite game for the night, the Warriors, man. Watching the Warriors play, it gets me thinking how they were so ahead of their time when they had that run. You know that run I'm talking about. They had that, how many years did they go to the finals? It was 8 years in a row. When they went on that run, it wasn't 8 years in a row. That was LeBron. Fuck, I forgot how many times Golden State won. Well, anyways, when they went on their finals run, revolutionized the game, man. It just... Seeing them play now, the rest of the league has caught up in terms of the run and gun style that they revolutionized, in the game of basketball. The rest of the league has caught up, but it's so fun to watch them play now, man. You see Klay Thompson has finally come back from that injury, 2 injuries. And to see him come back, dropping 20 points, you got to feel good for the guy, man. He's been out since Durant was in the Warriors. That's how long he's been out, man. So to see him come back, getting his points, getting his buckets, getting right back to being a splash brother, you just got to feel good for the guy. The Golden State Warriors, the way they play, super fun to watch, man. Just all the ball movement, things that you see on the regular now with basically every other team in the league, something that they revolutionized. To see them play is just... There's no other thing like it. And now the Warriors have a brand new splash brother. Oh, my God, dude. This dude, Jordan Poole, this dude is just buckets. He fits in perfect with their style. He's living in the moment. Got 27 points tonight. Klay Thompson, 26. Poole, 27. Steph, 27 for the night. These are three guys that you can go to at any time, and this dude is just living in the moment, getting his shots, can shoot from the three, deadly at the free throw line. Brand new Splash Brother, man. It's going to be a brand new era of Warriors basketball, and I'm here for it, man. I'm excited. I used to hate them, man. But it's just fun watching them play, man. I'm glad that everybody's back and healthy, and I really look forward to seeing this team get deep in the playoffs. As far as the Nuggos, man, I feel bad for Jokic. I mean, honestly, you see why he is probably going to be the MVP this year. I still have it for Embiid. But for the few that are going to give him those MVP votes, you see why on nights like tonight. Like, the dude does it all. He had a 37, 18, and 5. Ridiculous. And how do you get those numbers and still down 3-0 in this series? You know, this guy's getting these numbers day in, day out, without his superstars, without Jamal Murray, without Porter Jr. And he's just doing it all, man. Kenny Smith made a comment today that he just didn't have any impact on the game. And how is 37, 18, and 5 not an impact? This dude is doing it by himself. This dude, he's the MVP for a reason. Full display tonight. They're not coming back from this. This series is basically done. But it's fun watching the Joker play. It's fun watching this series, and that's it, man. Those are the 3 games for tonight. Your Heat are back in action tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing a full coverage of the Heat game tomorrow, as well as I want to give you guys a proper intro to what we do as a collective, what I do as an artist, and all the things we got in store for you guys, man. So follow us on Instagram, Shadow Realm Sports. Follow us on Twitter, Shadow Realm SP. Follow my personal page, Drew What It Do, on all platforms. If you guys made it this far, love you. Thank you. This was my very first time doing anything like this. I was nervous as shit. I probably restarted like a billion times. But we're here, baby. We're going to keep doing this. One love. That's all I got.